I am now in the small, cute town, pretty town called Yufuin. It's famous for onsen, and it also has a mountain, but it's a nice cultural little area and very Japanesey. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it to you guys, but I've been wanting to climb a mountain for the longest time, especially since climbing that mountain in Kyoto. I wanted to tackle something real, and actually my whole reason for coming to this town called Yufuin is to climb that mountain. That's Yufu Mountain. It's unique because it's a double peak, and I can choose which peak I do. The left peak is slightly harder, and I think I'm just going to go for it, and I'll document my journey. It's just another view of the town. It's very, very cute. So if I fancy a sword later, I can always come by here. This is me on this lovely morning. I haven't been sleeping enough lately because I've been moving hotels every night. And so it begins. I was actually feeling a bit cold, so I put some gloves, and now I realized I should put a scarf and a hat because I'm very cold right now, and I should have worn tights underneath my jeans. Like fuck. It's fine, it's fine. This is my dream. I've barely climbed anything, and the view is already breathtaking. I can't imagine how much better it will get from now on. And the weather's not bad. So far it's enjoyable. And I just really want to see this in spring. I mean, spring has already started, but it's still early days. Mid-spring, looking good and smelling of nature. I can't wait. So as I said earlier, the Yufu Mountain has two peaks. This is the higher one, that's the slightly shorter one. And I can actually choose here, from here, which one I would like to go to. The right one is slightly easier, and I want to do the harder one, and the higher one. So that's where I am now. And I can either go up here or there or up there. I don't really know the difference between these two routes, but I'm told to stick to the left, so I'll just keep going there and hopefully get to see some amazing views. Hopefully it's not an active volcano. I forgot to look that up, but it's probably fun. I totally come here for like a romantic date. Just sit there, lunchbox, bento box, and just look at the view, especially during mid-spring. I need a boyfriend. I don't need a boyfriend, but I would like a boyfriend so that I could enjoy all the little romantic stuff. I mean, I suppose I could enjoy it with a friend, but I think like my friends will get tired of doing romantic things with me, especially when they get their own boyfriend. And what's that? I don't know. Okay, okay, this is Jasmine, over and out for now. Exciting. Okay, still going. I have about 3,000 meters or 3 kilometers left to go. Usually running 3 kilometers takes me about 20 minutes. As I'm walking today, I suppose, yeah, maybe an hour. I mean, okay, walking in a normal day, 5 kilometers should take about an hour to walk by a healthy person. But as this is kind of, the path isn't always clear, and there's a few sections where I have to like kind of clamber over some rocks. And of course it's going uphill. So I'm going to assume that 3 kilometers will take me just over an hour or so. yeah, I think I should have come in the spring, but I'm still pretty impressed actually. And I'm kind of alone in the mountains, so I feel quite comfortable talking to myself right now. Yeah, you know, I recently turned 21, and it's given me a lot of time to just think about stuff. And I want to ask you guys a question. What are you willing to suffer for? I was reading this article, and maybe this guy is just being a bit too. Maybe this guy is just being a bit too kind of over. Maybe it's a gimmick. I don't know, but I think it made sense. I mean, he said like instead of thinking about what it is you want to be, I mean, think about what it is that you're willing to suffer for. How much suffering are you willing to go through to achieve anything? For example, his example here was like he wanted to be a musician, and he wanted to be a musician since he was a very, very young child, but he reached 30 and he never became a musician. So it's more that he never kind of wanted to spend 20 hours a week practicing his instrument. But he liked the idea of being a musician very, very much, because obviously if you look at a rock star, they seem to be living the life. And without really understanding what they're doing behind the scenes, we do want to kind of just have it. We want the end product, but we don't want the suffering to get there. So a lot of our dreams don't really come true, kinda. $2,600 meters to go. There's a deer over there. Not sure if you can see her with this camera. I was quite surprised myself. Can you see? Yes, her head just moved. That's so cool. Oh my god, there's another one. Wow. There are deer in the forest. I mean, in the mountain. Wow. I did not see that coming. I was also told that there were wild boars. I am unsure of whether or not this is true. I was hoping that person is just trying to scare me, but now that I've seen these deer, I'm thinking that perhaps there are other creatures that may not be as pleasant. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. This is my dream, so I am willing to suffer for this mountain, actually. But I think that's the reason a lot of us give up on hobbies. I mean, there's many things I've started and I've bought the equipment, but then I was never kind of really sort of like, I think I started guitar and violin, but I never really, because I guess I liked really famous musicians who play those instruments, and I thought they were really cool, and I wanted to be as cool as them, but I didn't really think about how much effort I'd have to put in, really. I didn't really think about it. And I think that's the main reason a lot of hobbies get given up upon, because we start them without really thinking about how much effort we'd have to get or make to reach the end result. For Japanese, for example, I think is one of those cases. I'm really beginning to realize now that this is going to be a lifelong commitment. I'm not sure what way I have to go. Okay, I think it's this way. So Japanese is going to be a lifetime commitment, really. And I think I'm willing to suffer for it. No, I know I'm willing to suffer for it, because I've been studying for 2.5 years now, and I've come this far. And I don't want to stop, because I can feel my progress. It's gotten a bit greener now. I think maybe from 1,000, when I have 1,000 meters left, I'll start seeing more of the view. But I'm really glad that it's gotten greener, but it's also gotten rainier. I'm not sure if it's rain or just things from the trees falling on my head. I really hope it's the latter. So back to the discussion about giving up hobbies, because once we actually start going through the suffering, we kind of get put off, and the end product, although we still want it, we still think we want it, but the suffering just doesn't motivate us enough to go with it. I think maybe I'm overcomplicating it. A lot of people consider it just to be a kind of a human characteristic, a human reality, perhaps. It's just a human thing to start things and give it up. There's also a lot of memes, and a lot of people can relate to that feeling of starting something and giving it up. Others would classify that as just laziness. I'm not sure. I really, especially since entering university, I've become a lot better at judging what I want and what I think I want and what I think is shiny, but I'm not really considering the rocky road to get to the shiny thing on that really shiny mountain. So I really do think that sometimes we don't know what we want, or sometimes we know what we want, but we don't want it for the right reasons. I was just walking and I saw this little sculpture on the mountain, and they're actually just placed on top of each other. That's amazing. To me this looks like a sort of human-headed duck and its human-headed baby. Okay, I don't know. I think it's quite funny that I've been talking about suffering and that I'm willing to suffer for this mountain because I want to get there, and it has started snowing. Unfortunately, I can't really show you through here. I'm not sure you can see it or not. I guess I need a dark background, perhaps. Can you see it now? No? Maybe on my sleeve. Yeah, it's only a light shower though, so it shouldn't cause too much of a problem. Also, it's still very sunny, so it's not going to settle, I hope. Also, I'm realizing that my shoes are great for running, but they're not good for climbing because they don't have a lot of good ankle support. So when I'm going through like angles or steep areas, like my ankles keep kind of giving way. Well, I mean the shoe keeps giving way so that my ankles kind of slide, and I don't think that's very safe. But I'm already here. Nothing I can do about that now. Okay. I don't know where I am. I think it's 2,000 meters now. I have 2,000 left. 2,000 left now. I didn't think there would be any, but I've reached a sort of picturesque path. And yeah, okay, we're still steep. My legs are kind of burning, but this is what I want and what I'm willing to suffer for. Finally, a bit of the view. It's a shame that it's a bit foggy, but you can't see it on the camera, but I can see plenty. This is what it means to be alive. Wow. I just kind of gives me the feeling of like kind of standing on the edge of the cliff, and I'm not even at the top yet. God, I love Japan. I love Japan's nature and its mountains. I really want. I've decided I'm going to live near a mountain when I'm older. They are where I was a few moments ago, and they are making like wow noises. So the last 800 meters or so, I have been clambering over rocks and it hurts. But wow, I feel so cool. I'm sweating like a pig though, but oh well. And the view just keeps getting better and better. I just used the metal chain to climb up, and it's windy. I'm scared. Okay, I'm not scared of heights. I'm not scared of heights. I don't have that fear. This is so fucking scary. Made it. I didn't want to talk to myself at the top, but this is like really near to the top, and like I fucking did it, guys. There seems to be another peak over there. That's the one I didn't do. Yeah, this peak is harder. I feel so cool right now, but my legs will be hurting tomorrow. And that's okay. That's really cool. It was worth it. Like, I suffered for that, and that was awesome. Although one major flaw in my bag is I don't actually have a backpack. I climbed with my purse, and that caused a huge sort of inconvenience to me. Yeah, so I came all the way through there. And it was scary, guys. I'm telling you, it's scary. And I can't believe that it's like fucking snowing. It's, oh god, wow. It's so surreal that it's so high that it's snowing here. Wow. Okay, I think this means that I'm kind of in a cloud right now, right? Like very mild for cloud. And probably if looking from the ground, they can't see the peaks. So, let me see if it's like that. I'm just kind of trying to go down now, but I keep slipping. And I follow my butt once already. This is just so surreal. Okay, this is the dining area, or just the lounge, free space, and just look at this cool area here. There's a view of the awesome mountain, and you can sit and drink tea. Actually, I think I'll take my tea and sit over there. And yeah, so I've climbed the mountain, and now I'm back. I've dipped into the onsen, which was great, and now I'm in the hostel, which is I'm in the free space. I'm drinking my tea with a lovely view of the mountains. That's not the mountain I climbed, by the way. And by the way, this place is very close to the other mountains, so you can only imagine how many mountains there are. I think you would have seen it as well from my recordings. On the mountain itself, like you'd have seen the layers of mountains, I think. Konnichiwa. I'm out in the town now looking for some food, but because all the hotels serve dinner, those restaurants are closed at lunchtime. That is Yufu the double peak mountain that I told you that I was climbing earlier. Like seeing it from here, I can't believe I was just up there a few hours ago. Well, off food hunting in this restaurant, deserted looking place. By the way, that's a convenience store. This is a really beautiful area. I'd like to go back to our previous discussion. So we could say that we're not willing to suffer for something, and therefore when we give up on something like violin or piano or art, then we can say that we didn't want the end product that much. It was just very, very shiny, but we just were not willing to make the effort for it. Like weight loss, for example. I really want a bikini body, and like that's just so shiny for me. But I don't want to give up a matcha latte. I don't want to give up like the fries, cheesy chips, pizza, pasta. I like food, and I'm in Japan, which has so much food that I still haven't tried yet. And like I work at a bar, so I have access to a lot more alcohol now. So I guess losing weight is very, very shiny, but actually doing it is not. And maybe I just don't want to suffer for that. Maybe the body's not that shiny for me, but I want it to be. But it's complicated. Human beings are complicated, and it's not like a black and white answer. I mean, like, usually when I fail at something, I used to blame myself and say that I lack the self-discipline. But in other cases, I do think it makes sense to say that the end product was just very, very shiny, and it was just more like a superficial wanting rather than an actual, like, deep wanting. I think, like, with me wanting to be a doctor, like, the idea of being a doctor was very attractive, but was I willing to be studying that much to achieve those grades? Would I be, like, even if I made it into the university, would I be wanting those hours? Reading all those textbooks, like, I mean, the idea really puts me off studying that much. And I think that's just because I just didn't want to be a doctor that much. It was just kind of superficially attractive to me. To me. So I want to ask you guys, what are you willing to suffer for? And what have you not been willing to suffer for? And what do you think about this? Is it like wanting something superficially, laziness, self-discipline, or something else? I'd like to know what you think about this. And also, while thinking about this, I was trying to figure out how can we know if a hobby we're thinking of starting or a dream we've kind of decided to have, how do we know if we want it superficially or if we really want it, if we're going to put in the effort to achieve it, to get good at it, etc. And I was thinking recently 30-day challenges are quite popular. And I've started quite a few and I have finished none. And I think that's just a testament really to what I've been talking about today. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is that if you really want to know whether you're willing or whether you're able or whether you're actually going to pursue something before you make any monetary commitment, then perhaps try a 30-day challenge. And if you could more or less do it, like maybe do the 30-day challenge without skipping 4 days, and then don't do it for 1 week after the 30-day challenge, um, and then start again, I think that would be a good indication of your resilience, perhaps resilience, whether your need is superficial or not, and stuff like that. Um, I traveled around Kyushu, so I went to Nagasaki, I went to Fukuoka, Yufuin, and Kumamoto, which are four famous places in Kyushu. There are many more places I would have liked to go to, and 5 days was not enough in the least for all those places. But I tried to make the most of it. I didn't do all the typical tourist stuff. Yeah, I did not do the typical tourist stuff, but I I think my money was well spent. I enjoyed my time and I would do it again.